you guys having a good time so far? It's been good? Awesome. Guys, I am so excited to bring this next guy up. A little backstory. He has probably been,
But we could call the chimpanzees out of here. But they're at the monkey sex party.
this next guy has probably been the Back Park Comedy super fan. He's been here just about every week and has been super into it, super supportive of all the comics. And he kept saying, maybe I can give that a try one day. And I say, well, careful what you wish for, fucker, because here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so happy to be presenting to you, making his stand-up comedy debut. Please give your warmest welcome to our friend James January.
My wife wanted me to tell you I didn't dress myself. Second, big shout out to the bartenders because I'm really wasted right now, so I'm having a good time. Kristen and Esteban are NASCAR fans and dogs, Spanish Heat. Sometimes I wish that the story I tell people about saving kids was true. I just think it'd be very cool to walk through life saying I got burnt saving pussy. You can't tell any animal jokes, bunch of Morrissey fans or something. But as you can tell, I'm a little different. I'm married. I have 3 little kids, 4 counting my wife. 3 little girls, 4 counting my wife. You know what that means? It means that when I was young, dumb, and full of cum and made a deal with the devil and, you know, oh, my soul? To be surrounded by women? Hell yeah, no offense. We're outside. I kind of made that deal and had a little issue with it later down the road. Met with them in California. We discussed things. Turns out there's a lot of damned good lawyers in hell. And technically, I am surrounded by women. So I just tore up my contract and walked out on them. If you want to judge me as to who won, I would just say that I'm up here and he's still down there. See how that goes. I love my life. I have 3 little kids, all of them under the age of 3, under the age of 4, 3.5, 2.5, and 8-month-old, and they're great. They're all smarter than me, and I remember my first 2 were within 16 days of being a year apart, so they're 11.5 months apart, and all my buddies came up to me, dude, January. First of all, they would say, January, couldn't get them born in January, because both of them were born in December. Oh, yeah, I heard that before. One month, you know. The other thing was, your boys can swim. No, my boys cannot swim. My girls, because I have 3 girls, they're like Olympic swimmers on steroids heading to that egg, you know. Oh, it's spermicide record, it's on. My boys, though, once they come out, they're like hitting the wall, you know, hitting each other. And those are only the survivors. The other ones are dying in the, you know, the splash stack from the kiddie pool. They ain't going nowhere. You know? So I do have 3 lovely girls, 4 counting my wife, as I mentioned before. My wife is here, by the way.
Woohoo! Yeah!
I had to do a little passing on material. I couldn't do any of the mistress jokes. I'm going to wait for another day, so you'll have to catch me on another time when she's not here. I'm just kidding. Any mistress jokes or live vicariously through other people or anything like that. But they're great. And I remember when I told that joke about, you know, deal with the devil and stuff. This little old lady came up to me. She's like, she laid a rap on me. She said, Mr. January. I'm sorry. The old lady joke sounds like a retarded wicked witch from a Disney film. Passed that on my wife. She said, you can't say that. You can't say that word. I can't say wicked anymore? A witch? Yeah. Anyway, she comes up and she said,
It's the way it's supposed to be. You're surrounded by 3 beautiful women, or 4 beautiful women, your wife and your girls, 1, 2, 3. It's the way as it should be.
You know, I looked at her, and she was probably right. But I kind of responded, I'm like, you know, that's probably cool being surrounded by women that way. Technically, it is surrounded by women. But I would have liked to have lived a little bit like you have, you know. Had a honey or 1 or 2, you know, baby mama or 2 or 3. And I told her that. I didn't want too much trouble because she was carrying a bag of apples. I wanted to make sure she was okay with that. But my girls are good. Any single people here? Yeah, screw y'all. We're not married people.
Yeah.
If you're attached to marriage, trust me, you might as well count yourself as that. But it's great. My 3.5 and my 2.5, by the way, the ages of my little girls are 3.5, 2.5, and 8-month-old. My 8-month-old cannot walk, but she can climb. Yeah, she'll climb anything. My 3.5 and 2.5 are very proud of themselves because they can change their own poopy diapers. Now, their definition of success and mine are vastly different. But it keeps us on our toes. The other day I found my oldest one putting pennies on the eyes of my youngest one, my 8-month-old, while she was sleeping. Granted, she looked like an angel. She didn't look dead. She looked like an angel. And I'm like, what are you doing? And the first thought was, okay, where'd she get this from? Second thought was, in this economy, 2 cents is not going to cross you across the river Styx. It's just not going to happen. You know, you need more than that. Anyway, it's kind of cool. My little girls, you know, surrounded by them. And I'm the guy in college, the smart man in college. You know, the more education you get, the more you realize you don't know. And with 4 girls at home, of course I'm counting my wife. Sorry, yeah. I just realized how much I really don't know. I just don't. I'm confused as I was the day before. My middle one, her name is Sophia. She came up to me and had a beak in her mouth. That's what we call a pacifier. I said, why did you do that? I'm like, what? Okay, first of all, take the beak out of your mouth. She had found a penny, and she came up to me. All of a sudden, she was a Baptist preacher. Daddy, this penny's for Jesus. You got to take it to Jesus. You got to put it on the counter so we can take it to Jesus. I'm like, okay, my kids are becoming religious. I'm not as religious as my mama, and I'm probably not as religious as my mama would like me to be. But me and my wife, we do send our kids to church with my mom. You know, not because we're concerned about their soul or anything, but because hey, Southern Baptist, KW afterwards, that's at least a good 5-6 hours. You know how much damage I can do to my wife in 5 or 6 hours? Assuming that I'm not too tired and got to get to sleep anyway. It is a good time. You know? So I'm going to leave you with this. First of all, let me thank my buddies Griffin and Esteban. Fantasy. One of the reasons I'm drunk is because Esteban said he was going to take care of some people who came out to support me. And I was like, well, I support myself. Game on. But let me leave you with this. There's a bit of advice that an uncle of mine gave me. He was a Delta Force type guy, you know, type guy where if you asked him how he lost his thumb, you probably weren't heard of from a few days after. But he said there's basically just 2 differences between little girls and little boys. So this is my bit of wisdom that I wish to impart upon all those parents out there. So screw you single people without kids or, you know, whatever. But it was this. He said, James, or no, he said Michael, because to my family, my relative known as Michael. So Michael, or Mike, sure it's Mike. He said, Mike, there's only 2 real differences between little boys and little girls, and that's all you gotta know. You guys really gotta realize, this is this guy I looked up to. Delta Force guy. I went into the military till I got burned. and this and that. So he's like, oh, two differences. With the little boy, this guy worried about a little prick. You gotta make sure that little prick is okay, he's good to go. With the little girl, you gotta worry about all the other freaking pricks. Anyway, thanks for having me. Hope you enjoy it.